Hey y'all, I'm Pastor Josh, and it's time for Midweek Motivation. If you don't know what that is, it's a quick 2 to 3 minute Bible study, maybe 3 or 4 minutes that we do in the middle of the week, really to push us to get to the end of the week. It's just a motivational tool, a little quick Bible study for those who may not be able to go to Bible study in the middle of the week, or maybe those who just tired of their job and don't want to deal with folks, and you need something in the middle of your work week to help you get through the end. One thing I want to talk about today is a sense of belonging. I think one of the things that really gets a lot of us is when we go through tough times, when we go through just rough spots in our lives, we feel like we're alone. We don't feel like, we feel like we're too old maybe to call our parents, or maybe we're just not that close to our parents. Maybe we don't have friends who we feel like can relate to the things we're going through. Sometimes we don't feel like we can bond with our brothers, our sisters, anyone, and we feel like we're in this alone. We feel like we don't deserve to have people there for us. We feel like people can't understand what we're going through, and we feel like no matter where we turn, that we're there by ourselves. And I wanted to speak to this to let you know that you aren't there by yourselves. One, that's what the church is here for, is to reach out to those lost souls, the people who need it. And if there's not a church in your hometown that can help you out, or there aren't people in your hometown to help you out, our page is open. You could always leave a comment or message me personally, and we can see if we can work something out. But also, I wanted you to let you know, in the midst of Holy Week, as we prepare for Easter, to know that that is exactly why Christ died for each and every one of us, that God loved us so much that he would send his son here to die for us, not because we deserve it or anything, but simply because he loves us. And in the midst of that despair, in the midst of those bad times when we feel like no one loves us, if you believe in God, even if you don't, I want you to know that God truly cares for us. And I want to read a few scriptures. I mean, John 3:16 and everything, but here's a couple more. This is Romans 5, verses 6 through 8, and it reads, while we were still weak, at the right moment, Christ died for ungodly people. It isn't often that someone will die for a righteous person, though maybe someone might dare to die for a good person. But God shows his love for us because while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. I also want to go to 1 Peter, I think it is chapter 4, verses 18. Nope, that's not it. I'm sorry, y'all. It is chapter 3, verses 18. And it says, Christ himself suffered on account of sins once and for all, the righteous one on behalf of the unrighteous. He did this in order to bring you into his presence. Christ was put to death as a human, but made alive by the Spirit. Basically, God did all this. Christ died and all this stuff because of us, because he loved us so much, because he cared so much for us. And I want you to know that not only does Christ care about you, but we care about you here at Ketron. And if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If you need, if you feel alone, if you feel like you need someone, reach out to your local church. Contact me. Contact someone. But also, I just want you to know that God loved you. And as everyone knows, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. That's what this whole season is about. It's not just about the death and the resurrection of Christ, but it's about how much God loves us that he would do something like that for us. So again, my name is Pastor Josh, and from Ketron Memorial. If you like this, like it, share it, subscribe, or comment, or whatever, all those internet things. But thank you. Bye.